It's a warm welcome to our studios here in Serekunda. This is Star TV News with me, Sarah Kamara. In the headlines tonight, President Barrow sent condolences to the family of ALHAGIE MOMODOU NJIE alias BIRI. Gambians mourn the death of a legendary footballer, ALHAGIE NJIE BIRI. Gambia embarks on a cleansing exercise around the Senegambia highway. National scene, medical workers in Colombia call for a full lockdown. Thousands of U.S. actors lose work amid COVID-19 crisis. The Congo Church waits in as Parliament protests continue. Those were the headlines, and now the... His Excellency President Barrow has learned with deep sorrow the passing away of a Gambian football legend, ALHAGIE MOMODOU NJIE BIRI, commonly known as BIRI, who died yesterday, 19 July 2020 in Dakar. On behalf of his government and people of the Gambia, President Barrow expressed his heartfelt condolences to the family of the deceased, friends and the entire sports fraternity. President Barrow prays that Allah receive his gentle soul eternal in Jannatul Firdaus. The message ends. Former Gambian footballer ALHAGIE MOMODOU NJIE BIRI, commonly known as BIRI, has passed away. The sad yet inevitable news of his death broke out on Sunday afternoon. BIRI died in Dakar, Senegal, after an illness. His death has been described by many as a great loss to the Gambia, especially football lovers. Jacqueline Colley tells us more.
Often regarded by many as the greatest Gambian footballer to ever grace the game, BIRI was indeed an iconic player. Even kids who have never seen him play want to be like him. His passing, according to many, is an irreplaceable loss to Gambian football. Since the sad news broke out, Gambians, including President Barrow, have been united in sending their condolences to his family. The president of the Gambia Football Federation, Lamin Kaba Bajo, declared that they will make sure the legacy of BIRI lives on as he recalls his last moment with the iconic star. I didn't expect that our meeting in your house in Old Joshua on the eve of your departure to Dakar, Senegal for medical treatment will be the last of its kind. It was not until few hours after the announcement of your demise that I recalled and made sense out of the statement you made to me and my colleagues during that meeting. I am going, whether or not I come back. Know that I will always be with you. Little did we know that you were saying adieu to us. BIRI played as a right winger. He most notably played for Sevilla FC in Spain and Halfok Ball Club in Denmark. Before his time in Europe, BIRI played for Black Diamonds, Phantoms and Augustines in Gambia as well as Mighty Blackpool of Sierra Leone. BIRI was spotted by a Danish club during a scouting mission in the Gambia in 1972. He left them in 1973 for Spanish team Sevilla FC. He was the first black player to play for Sevilla and was considered one of their best players. BIRI returned to Denmark to play for Halfok Ball Club in 1980. And in 1981, he signed for Walidan FC back in the Gambia, for whom he played until retirement in 1987. BIRI also served as deputy mayor of Banjul in 1994. Jacqueline Colley reporting for Star TV News.
The former Gambian international was seen by many as an irreplaceable footballer in the history of African football. The iconic star, who has died at the age of 72, defined an era at Sevilla as the first African to wear a Sevilla jersey. He played in 5 football seasons for Sevilla between 1973 and 1978. Omar Job has more on the story.
The former Gambian international was seen by many as an irreplaceable footballer in the history of African football. The iconic star, who has died at age 72, defined an era at Sevilla as the first African to wear a Sevilla jersey. He played in 5 football seasons for Sevilla between 1973 and 1978. Close associates of BIRI emerged at his former residence in Banjul and termed him as one of Africa's most complete footballers of all time. Keba Diaz, former Real de Banjul player, said that they were in the same age group with BIRI and live in the same environment. We are the founders of Real de Banjul Football Club. ALHAGIE NJIE BIRI We spent our childhood together, not in just football, but the surrounding. We were all born here. Here is their compound where I live over there. While I live over there, but Allah made him famous because when he went to school, his name was everywhere. We gave him the name Biri Biri when we used to play together. But when we were playing against Senegal, there was a commentator called Alu who raised his Biri Biri name. Biri Biri did great things for the country. We met him at the national team, but there was none like him. He was just amazing. I could recall one Matar Sar who really liked Biri Biri and me. He even provided a trial chance for us in London. But Biri Biri was the lucky one to go to Derby County in England. Today is the day I lost my closest friend, because when I heard this news, I really felt it. What I can do now is to pray for him. He was a true Muslim who respected the 5 daily prayers. We often met at the mosques. Nevertheless, death is an inevitable part of human existence. MOMODOU Fall played with Biri Biri, and he had this to say about him.
Talking as an elder brother to Biri. I'm older than Biri's elder brother. I am older than him. I'm 70, going to 77. But in 1963, the end of 63-64 season, when we are playing first division, I came from Ghana, started playing in 1963. 63-64 season, Biri was the youngest school-going player in the first division. But he went to second division for one day. You know, if I want to tease him, I said, no, me, I came from Ghana direct to first division. You went to second division and climbed the same season, you know, in 1963-64.
Dudu Kapijuf was once Biri Biri's captain. These were the memories he shared with the late Biri Biri and the sacrifices he made for the country.
And he was really close to me. He used to spend most of his time in my house. And fortunately, he played with me in the national team, especially when I was in the verge of retiring. We went to Mauritania, Nouakchott, and we won Mauritania 3-1. And he was the one that scored the 2 goals. Then, since then, I remember when B1901, it's a Danish team that visited the Gambia, and they were planning to recruit some players. Because of Biri's performance and skill, he was identified to be the chosen one. I remember B1901, he played for B1901 against the national team, and they won us. I also remember that the team decided to play with the police team. I was then playing for the police team at Fajara Barracks, and we were defeated 1-0, 1-0.
Okay, what can you tell us about the sacrifice that Biri made for the Gambia?
Well, Biri was a gentleman. When he was given the opportunity to play in Europe, Biri used to pay his ticket to come and play for the Gambia whenever he was needed. If the ticket was late to be sent by the Football Association, he will pay for himself, come down in order to represent the Gambia.
Biri Biri's death is a great loss to the entire football fraternity, especially the Gambia and Spain. His death was mounted by Sevilla yesterday as they gave 1-minute silence at the Estadio Ramon Sanchez, where Sevilla defeated Valencia by 1-0. Sergio Reguilon scored the only goal. Maria Madem reporting on behalf of Omar Job for Star TV News.
The members of Eco Gambia on Saturday embarked on a massive cleansing exercise around the Senegambia highway, starting from Palmerima Johnson towards the Brusubi roundabout in order to enhance the beauty of the environment. Maria Madem files in this report.
EcoGambia is a newly formed non-profit organization that hopes to fight against environmental pollution in the country. Speaking at the cleansing exercise, the chairperson of the organization, Ndumbe Job, said that the organization started operating 2 months ago with 2 cleansing exercises, which were done in BARROW and Senegambia Highway.
Well, we started with Birkama Area Council because I can say I reside at Bichilo. Meeting the CEO of Birkama Area Council, Mr. Jonga, he is really a nice person to us. Whenever I approach him for truck or whatever, he always do provide. And then from there, that's where we started, because really I was brought up in BARROW. I started with BARROW people, then afterwards I went to Bijilo to try to talk to the youths. At least they will be involved in the cleaning the nation. And with them it was so easy, and then they just gave me the courage of like meeting other institutions like the police force, Gambia Armed Forces, NEA, KMC, Birkama Area Council at the same time again. And then NEA, they're asking for collaboration with us because people are really happy about the nation being clean, and then it's just...
She said that they hope to do monthly cleansing exercises. She further explained the reasons why they choose to start with BARROW and the Senegambia Highway.
And really it's high time for us to keep the country clean, because like driving towards some Senegambia Highway, towards some airport, I think is the worst area in the Gambia. And then this is the image of the Gambia. We really need to keep it very, 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 very clean. Secondly, we're here in front of OIC building. Look at the place, how dirty is it? We've been here for almost an hour just trying to clean the place. But like, it makes no sense. If we clean the place and then we come back here tomorrow and then find the place is dirty again. We just want to maintain this thing. At least we cannot do it like once every week or every day, but we'll try to maintain to do it once every 2 weeks or once every month.
Senabu Bafal is the secretary of the organization. She is passionate about the cleansing exercise due to the fact that it's good to live in a clean environment. She urges the public to come out to clean their environments and not to burn their garbage, as they can be negative to human health.
Well, the public, my main purpose for to the public will be to come out. To come out, clean your areas, put them in garbages. If you don't have any garbage company to pick up your trash or your garbages, call us and we'll be able to arrange something with the councils, either Birkama Area Council or KMC, for them to help them pick them up for free. So that's what we're trying to call the public on. Make sure your area is clean. It's very important, you know, and not to burn garbages. It's hazardous to burn garbages.
Among the attendances of the cleansing exercise was the CEO of Birkama Area Council, MOMODOU Jonga, who said that the Senegambia Highway falls under the jurisdiction of their council. As a result, seeing committed people cleaning their environment will steal their attention, as it is part of their priorities to keep it clean.
West Coast region covers about 37% of the population of the entire country. We know we have some limitations, but under these difficult circumstances, we are doing our best to ensure that the environment is kept clean. But this cannot happen without the collaboration of the people. People need to be aware that the environment belongs to everyone. The cleanness of the environment is the responsibility of everyone. And the fact that EcoGambia has come out shows that, you know, the council alone cannot do it. It requires the collaboration of all the stakeholders and members of the public to ensure that our environment is kept clean. Because it doesn't make, it's not helpful for the council to come out and then in the next day you see the same place that we've spent over thousands of dollars, you know, of taxpayers' money being, you know, being returned to the same state it was before our intervention. You could see in public places people bringing household waste, you know, into the markets, into the car parks. So therefore, I just want to use this opportunity to call on the members of the public to be responsible in the way they dispose of their waste, so that together, you know, we can ensure a clean environment. Because, you know, a clean environment is fundamental to ensuring a sustainable health.
Mr. Jonga furthered that the Birkama Area Council governs a huge part of the country, but they will try to cope the unhealthy environments of the surroundings, despite huge challenges in it, and urges the public to be in control of how to dispose their waste to ensure clean environments. EcoGambia is a registered non-profit organization incorporated under the Companies Act 2013 with the goal to prevent environmental pollution in the country through sensitization, cleansing exercises, and proper garbage collections and disposals in the communities. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
Those were the local stories. Now we're back with the international news after the short break.
ni ngeen di seetaane télévision mu ngi waaja soppeeku bu baax Excaf Gambia ñoo indi DTT decoder yu bees di ngeen ci am GRTS QTV Star TV Paradise TV ak MTA te doo fay dara DTT decoder yi ñaari junni ak ñeent fukki dalasi rek la mooy jar teg ci dinañ la may lu toll ci benn weer di nga seetaan yeneen channel si biir àddina si te doo fay benn xaalis waaye boo bëggee continuer seetaan lu weesu juróom benn fukki channel da nga war a subscribe maanaam weer bu nekk di nga juróomi téeméer ak fukki dalasi rek nga seetaan football leagues yépp si àddina si news African music telenovela film yu neex music cartoon pour xale yi ak yeneeni channel kon nag gaaw leen gaaw jënd DTT decoder sa Excaf showroom ba ca Senegambia fi Dream Park nekkoon mbaa seeni agents yu nekk ci biir réew mi call leen 446 1060 446 1061 ak DTT decoder àddina bi mu ngi si sa cati loxo.
Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jeja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulaling. We are also producers of Jeja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gash, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gash Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
Here are 5 ways you can help combat stigma and discrimination as we fight against coronavirus COVID-19. 1. Educate your friends and family that COVID-19 is not specific to any race, nationality, or skin color. 2. Do not associate migrants with the virus. In many contexts, migrants are healthy and key players in nation building. 3. Remind others that discrimination may lead people to hide their symptoms rather than seek treatment. This puts everyone else at risk. 4. Be kind, considerate, and helpful to others in these difficult times. 5. If you know anyone experiencing symptoms, encourage them to dial 1025 for free.
mbedo ko walande bar fenkil nañ jaxal jang nga fem fi jabu ka bete nga fem fi jabu ka bete nga fem fi ko jaxal dafa malo mekel ñaadi le
ne jambando soto angare ñing ne o soto yake jang ila soto fe ngo fam be yiru wala
je jambando ha wato alhamdulillah sa jambando mo soto ñaadi le
sañi moli abla kata fan kata depo nyinto hani ni futata je depo to sañi buka wafi de ka kodo ta mobulu ka boto dila wo bo sañi wo botale sañi mimbe kering wala nyinti ko reliance ibita wolto ye kodo jo ne kodo jo reliance ka risitol dia risito ni ngaku matal de wo risito ni adila e ka wole samba depo nyintu ne risito di yela jambando soto
ko mi ngi yek mo fu nyami ngamoyle nim fana bodo jang ko denke mbira jambando sanna
GGC wole Gambia Groundnut Corporation wolle be mararen ñing jambando la kola andu ila ñin jang ngalo ne ñin jambando ni yake jang ifa mba fola ñela
tumondo bar be jambando ko ele fana ngaji be nim bodo ya mbita wolto mbita sekro direct nim tara ye rek be jambando sanna oto mbaɗigol ñewode ñul nadal kana mol dahandi GGC ka jambando data la mole fa dala ci me worwula he ñomo alten to balde mbad woto nimboru bayta ngata na jambando la ko do jo woto jang san sa mbe wutule ngata fo reliance nganna jambando la ko do joje to ngana risito ta ngata depo walla ngaji be CPMS katu ñindu la fulol de min suriyata na rek nin tara nga joje benna jambando sotlag al nimbara bak ala baraka. Hey, alhamdulillah. Nyomu ala tan Dubai. Moro nyina metu abde no sanal.
And now news beyond our borders. A surge in coronavirus infection has forced authorities to impose new restrictions in a number of cities in Colombia. More than 190,000 cases has been reported across the country. And in the capital Bogota, rolling lockdown are hitting the city's poorest neighborhood. The wards and hospitals are becoming increasingly overwhelmed. Al Jazeera's Alessandro Rampiti reports from Bogota, Colombia.
Soldiers and city workers disinfect the streets after Bogota imposes a new coronavirus lockdown. It's the first of a series of rolling measures restricting almost a third of the city's 8 million residents for 2 weeks at a time.
I think that it is very important that people are aware and keep washing their hands. The front of their house, clean their shoes before entering their home. We need to stop the virus together.
Bogota has entered what experts believe will be the worst phase of the pandemic, and the outbreak is hitting the poorest neighborhoods the hardest, where few people can afford to stay home. Like street vendor Alvaro Blandon, who had just started recovering financially after 4 months of restrictions were eased.
The landlord wants to kick us out. I live with my mother-in-law, 2 young brother-in-laws, and my pregnant wife. I don't have anything to pay her with except what I managed to make on the streets.
Across these neighborhoods, small businesses, including hair salons that had reopened a few weeks ago, have closed their shutters once again. The mayor says the new restrictions have been planned to minimize their economic impact and pledged government aid to 700,000 people living in the newly quarantined areas. The mayor hopes to avoid stretching hospitals to their limit, but intensive care units are already more than 90% full. Doctors' associations have repeatedly sounded the alarm, saying that the health system could collapse any day at this point, and have called on authorities to reimpose a strict lockdown in the entire city for at least 2 weeks.
We know that various hospitals in the south of the city are already facing the dilemma of who to save, who gets a ventilator and who doesn't. A partial lockdown will not be enough to stop the speed of the spread.
Returning to a total lockdown is a tough choice in a city with so many people in need, but it might become unavoidable if infections continue to rise. Alessandro Rampietti, Al Jazeera, Bogota.
For millions of people, movies and television series has been an escape from the stress and boredom of lockdown. But the coronavirus pandemic managed to stop the entertainment industry in its track, with some films forced to delay their releases. Thousands of actors and crew have found themselves out of work, while movie directors are trying to find alternative ways to continue production. Al Jazeera Rob Reynolds reports from Los Angeles, USA.
Veteran actor Ray Abruzzo has had a long career on stage, in movies, and television, including the acclaimed series The Sopranos.
Saying, I know my old man could be a tough nut to crack. I don't want to crack nuts.
He says with the pandemic, work has dried up.
It's basically non-existent.
COVID-19 put an abrupt end to movie making, which is uniquely unsuited to social distancing.
The nature of filming, it's such an intimate thing. I mean, you have the wardrobe people addressing you, have hair people, you have makeup people, you have sound guys wiring you, everybody, and then there are the scenes that you play with another actor where you're always in close proximity. That's just the nature of what we do.
Before the pandemic, the U.S. film and sound recording industry employed 456,000 people. Now, producers and location scouts are scrambling to find relatively safe places where they can film.
Global film production at the moment is almost completely shut down, but some things are opening up. So you're seeing some places, New Zealand, Iceland, some places in Europe, they're starting to reopen. Most of it at the moment is still local production.
Producer Joe Janier runs Capital Arts Productions, a vast space with 20 standing sets where movie and TV production companies shoot scenes.
There'd be full crews, art departments, grip, electric coming in, cameras going this way, that way. All the production things that would happen in TV and film happen off the stage.
And now it's all quiet.
It's very quiet now, yeah.
He says the industry and its unions have been developing new safety protocols.
You need to outline, where PPE is being distributed. The testing is a big part of all of it. Your disinfectant protocol, your cleaning protocol, when does your hygiene crew come in?
Still to be worked out are issues including how to shoot romantic scenes with social distancing.
All of these new safety protocols are absolutely necessary for the movie business to revive, but they will also mean that film productions will take longer and become much more expensive.
There's going to be a big line item in pretty much everyone's budget about what has to be spent for people to feel safe going back to work.
Well, it's definitely going to be different. Everything's going to be different. I do think eventually it will come back.
It may take some time, but to paraphrase Hollywood's favorite saying, the show must go on, even in a pandemic. Rob Reynolds, Al Jazeera, Los Angeles.
Hundreds of protesters are demanding the dissolution of parliament in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The demonstration in Kinshasa were organized by the Catholic Church. Its supporters says parliament is blocking meaningful reforms. Al Jazeera's Malcolm Webb report.
The Catholic Church and its supporters say parliament in the Democratic Republic of Congo is not legitimate. Hundreds marched to the Parliament building in the capital, Kinshasa.
We are the owners of Parliament. We have noticed that MPs are not playing by the rules, simply because they were not elected by us in the last election. They are serving the interests of individuals. This is why we are marching to demand the dissolution of this Parliament and calling for a deep electoral reform.
The protesters say the last elections were rigged by an electoral commission that favours former President Joseph Kabila. They're demanding electoral reforms before the next election in 3 years' time. Kabila stood down in the last election about 18 months ago, but he's widely seen to still be the most powerful person in Congo. Felix Tshisekedi took over. He was announced the winner, although leaked documents show he lost to opposition. Tshisekedi's power depends on a fragile alliance with Kabila and his party. The protests are happening as the alliance is increasingly strained. Both factions want to control the Electoral Commission, known as SENI.
I'm not sure if Felix Tshisekedi's own coalition will really like to have a fully independent electoral commission. One thing to remember with this SENI is that the results that the SENI proclaimed was both beneficial to Kabila and Tshisekedi.
Police stopped the demonstration when it reached the road leading to Parliament. This time, it ended peacefully. The Catholic Church is influential in Congo. It has millions of supporters and can call them to the street. It's promised weekly protests. But dissolution of Parliament looks unlikely for now, with Kabila's party still firmly in control. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera.
And before we end the news, a recap of our main headlines. His Excellency President Adama Barrow has learned with deep sorrow the passing away of Gambian football legend ALHAGIE MOMODOU NJIE, commonly known as BIRI, who died yesterday, 19 July 2020 in Dakar. On behalf of his government and the people of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow expressed his heartfelt condolences to the family of the deceased, friend, and the entire sporting fraternity. Former Gambian footballer ALHAGIE MOMODOU NJIE, commonly known as BIRI, has passed away. The sad yet inevitable news of his death broke out on Sunday afternoon. BIRI died in Dakar, Senegal, after an illness. His death has been described by many as a great loss to the Gambia, especially football lovers. The former Gambian international was seen by many as an irreplaceable footballer in the history of African football. The iconic star, who has died at the age of 72, defined an era at Sevilla as the first African to wear a Sevilla jersey. He played in 5 football seasons for Sevilla between 1973 and 1978. The members of Gambia on Saturday embarked on a massive cleansing exercise around the Senegambia highway, starting from Palmarima Johnson towards the Bruceby roundabout in order to enhance the beauty of the environment. A source in coronavirus infection has forced authorities to impose new restrictions in a number of cities in Colombia. More than 190,000 cases has been reported across the country. And in the capital Bogota, rolling lockdowns are hitting the city's poorest neighborhood. The worst and hospitals are becoming increasingly overwhelmed. For millions of people, movies and television series have been an escape from the stress and boredom of lockdown. But the coronavirus pandemic managed to stop the entertainment industry in its track, with some films forced to delay their releases. Thousands of actors and crew have found themselves out of work, while movie directors are trying to find alternative ways to continue production. Hundreds of protesters are demanding the dissolution of parliament in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The demonstrations in Kinshasa were organized by the Catholic Church. Its supporters say parliament is blocking meaningful reforms. That's all for this edition of the news. Do join us tomorrow for more news. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs. Thank you.